afternoon baseball for your viewing pleasure on a fine Sunday afternoon from Up next for Chicago, Kevin Pillar. As we take a look at the splits between April and May. First pitch on its way. Swing and a little blooper to center. Coming in is Martin. He slides and brings it in. Nice play there for out number one. Striding forward now is the DH, Jose Ferreira. And he's looking to snap out of what's been a rather dry spell at the plate. Now here's the pitch. Not his best effort that time. It's strike one. So, fellas, these Tigers, as they begin play here today, they've been fairly punchless of late, losing last time out and, in fact, dropping 6 of their last 7.
Yeah, Matt, things haven't gone too well so far in this series, D-Row. They're looking to avoid the sweep here in this one.
Yeah, they got to get off in the early innings. It's going to be monumental if they can push a few runs across and give this pitcher a chance to relax.
And, a big rip at the curveball, but he didn't get it, and he becomes the second casualty of the inning. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Mark, how do they go about breaking out the brooms on the road?
This is not even a stat you probably would have even looked at 10 years ago. The fact that this team's last in walks in today's game bodes a lot of trouble. They will swing at the rock.
And the right fielder is there to make the catch. At the plate, Jose Iglesias. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. Fellas, these White Sox, as they enter play today, they come in on the heels of a victory last time out, but they've been in a bad stretch recently, losing 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, without question. They find themselves in this position today. They got a chance to sweep the series on Sunday and make it a miraculous sweep.
Boy, D-Row, it's always a nice way to finish off a weekend. You win a big game on Saturday, and to close it off with a win here and a sweep on Sunday would really be sweet for this ball club.
A moment now in Motown to check out the Tigers starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, like everyone else, I can't wait to see what Miguel Cabrera has in store. He's got an on-base percentage of over 400 coming in. The elite hitters in the game put up numbers like that, so he has to be feeling really good about what he's done so far this season. I'm sure his club is pleased just as well.
Strike one to start the at-bat. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. And set up behind the plate is Kenny Jansen as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
You know, Kenny Jansen, D-Row, he's kind of hard to figure out. Doesn't give a lot on the edges. He'll make you bring the ball into that plate.
Yeah, Dan, Kenny Jansen is definitely consistent, and he'll reward pitchers around the knees. But on the edges right there, sometimes it's hit or miss.
The next 0-2 is in there, a called strike 3.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. A ball and a strike to Miguel Cabrera. It's 1-2.
This offense has been warned. If they didn't know already, now they do know. He's got his A-game fastball with him today.
Shoots this one over to first. Fielded by Abreu, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. An inning in the books. No score here on the show. Here's Chris Davis now. He enters this one second in the American League in round trippers.
Left fielder, Chris Davis.
First offering on its way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high changeup, so I think he'll try to make an adjustment with the next one he throws.
And the throw will indeed take care of him for the first out.
Time for a look at the Tigers on D. And this team, they're not going to be moving around as much as some of the new age teams. The shifting and moving the third baseman over second base and the right fielder to play third base. This is going to be your stationary team, trusting pitchers to execute pitches.
Now the 1-0. Very weakly on the ground. That winds up foul. Again, another foul ball. Fires. A native Floridian. He was taken in the 22nd round back in the 2009 MLB draft.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Here now the 2-2. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. DeYoung is retired, 2 down now. Here's Miguel Sano. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips in yesterday's game. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
Right there, it's a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
2 balls and no strikes to Miguel Sano. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Hit the other way out toward right field. Castellanos has it in his tracks. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Down in order. Nick Castellanos now. First pitch of the at-bat.
Right fielder.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0.
I know the umpire balled that one right there, but it was close enough. He's going to try and establish that pitch in. As an offensive player, you've got to build that rapport with the umpire. He can't give him anything off the inside half of the plate.
To 2-2 now. Here now the 2-2. Hit out towards second. And that's through for a hit. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
I mean, that had to feel amazing right there. I know it's only a single, but when you're walking to the plate and you're not even hitting your weight, to see that batting average go up had to put a smile on his face.
0-1 the count. That's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however, and he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. Set to get his day started, Jim Adduci, and it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. High in the air down the right field line. Garcia has a read on it. 2 down. Catcher Derek Norris is in. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First offering on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball. Alvarez sets. Here's the 0-1. Ball chopped foul here at the plate, and he's behind 0-2. 1-2 to the Tigers catcher. Working for the punch out and the offering. Fouled off.
Batter's going to have to find a way to regroup right there. That caught too much of the plate. He knew it. He missed it. He might not get another opportunity to put the ball in play.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. Moncada fields it cleanly. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1 left for Detroit. Back on a beautiful day here in Detroit as we're set for the top of the 3rd from the home of the Tigers. Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
There to take it is the sure-handed Iglesias, one away.
Right fielder.
Ready now, Avisail Garcia, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here's a pop-up now. Candelario is there, so 2 pitches and 2 outs thus far. Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yoan Moncada. And there you see the numbers over his last 8 contests. He's really been leading the charge for this team. Pulled high in the air out to right field. And he will get there as he had to cover a lot of ground to make that. Here's Leonis Martin.
Leading up for the Tigers.
Here comes the first pitch.
Leonis Martin.
And it takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. This one's down to third. Sano is up with it, and that's the first out. Next for the Tigers, Alexi Amarista. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. And a good swing there as this is deep down the line in right, but this is going to wind up out of play. Now here it comes. Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to take. 0-2 fastball just off the corner, and I mean just off the corner.
And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning.
The shortstop, number 1.
Riding in once again, Jose Iglesias. It was a fly out for him to start the home first. Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike. Alvarez into the windup. 0-1 on its way. This is on the ground over to first. Taken in by Abreu, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Nothing across here this half. Ready for another chance, Kevin Pillar. Back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. He's around first, heading for 2. Arms pumping. He's hustling for third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So there goes the no-hit bid as they finally get their first knock of the game.
Better late than never, huh? It was a memorable first hit, too. I thought maybe he was going to be content to stop at second, but no way. He barrels into third with a triple. Maybe that wakes up the dugout, too.
So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now. As he'll get caught chasing a bad one there. It's strike 1. Bounced softly in front of the plate. On to first, and there were 2 down. Ready now for the White Sox, Chris Davis. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Iglesias on the slide. It's there, and he's out. White Sox leave 1 onto the bottom of. Digging in to try it again, Jeimer Candelario. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. The 1-1. He's in there for strike number 2.
Hey, that's another nice 2-seamer right there. He's been able to manipulate that pitch all game, keeping it at the hollow of the knee, getting a lot of ground balls and a lot of swing and miss.
Davis is under it, looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone.
The first baseman, number 24.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Miguel Cabrera comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Pilar's there. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Digging in for his second at-bat, Nicholas Castellanos. He reached on a single in his first try. Alvarez has his target. Here's the first pitch. Fastball down near the shoe tops. Now the 1-0. Count even now at 1-1. No runs, just one hit, and no errors in the ballgame for the Tigers. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. Line drive to left. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. Turning for second is Castellanos. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
And that'll bring up Mikey Mata. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. Castellanos at second with 2 down. High in the air out to center field. Pilar's there. And that ends the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Standing in, Paul DeYoung will start off the 5th in this one. First delivery to him on the way. A little bouncer, but that one rolls foul. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. A fastball right over the outside corner. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
It's a great equalizer. The changeup. That was a really good job of getting him to offer that one out of the zone, and it was all set up by the fact that he got ahead in the count and forced the hitter to have to protect. That's the name of the game.
Miguel Sano will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 home. Drilled to the left side. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a base runner.
You don't get too many pitches a day in the big leagues middle cut. His eyes lit up right there. This pitcher's lucky he's not getting another ball from the umpire.
Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The 0-1 on its way. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
I mean, these guys look more like lumberjacks than professional hitters right now. They're hacking at everything.
Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt.
Up next for the White Sox. Right
Stepping into the box, Avisail Garcia. He popped out in his first trip. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yoan Moncada, as he'll get out ahead of a changeup and swing through it for strike one. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. From the belt, kicks and deals. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Sano over at second. Garcia at first, 2 out in the inning. Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Next to the plate for the Tigers, the DH, Jim Adduci. He flew out in his last at-bat. And that's taken for strike one.
Yeah, I'm shocked he let that first pitch go right there. High fastball, but usually those ones travel the furthest.
Grounded to the right. Moncada gloves it. And a great athletic play to get him. Man, wow.
The catcher, number 33.
Stepping into the box, Derek Norris. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Popped him up. There to take it is Abreu, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, center fielder.
Here's Leonis Martin. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Behind 0-2 now.
Might have been cheating for another fastball, trying to get the head to that one early. Pitcher pulled the string with a nasty breaking ball and had him a little bit out in front.
Abreu shading to his right, and that retires the side. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Kevin Pillar. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now here's a bouncing ball headed for Iglesias at short. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Jose Pirela. 1 for 2 with a triple so far in this one. First pitch on its way. Line towards center field. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So a line drive single to center makes it 2 hits for him this afternoon. And as we give you a look at the White Sox leaderboard, you can see his total there. Currently second best on the ball club. Here's the first pitch to him. And the first pitch is chopped foul at the plate at strike one. Pirela, base runner at first with 1 out. Now a swing and a little flare out to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Long throw to third, and he's safe.
Yeah, I think he was sitting on the fastball, so when he got the changeup, he was way out in front of it, but he kept his hands back long enough to keep it fair down the line. That's not always easy to do.
And it looks as though the decision makers in the dugout will give him a free pass to first, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force play is now in order. Standing in with the bases loaded, Paul DeYoung, as he's presented with the bases loaded situation in a tie ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Line to the right side. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. And they'll put the brakes on the runner at third, so the bases will remain loaded here with still only 1 away.
Boy, some really good pitching going into the 6th inning in this one. Big RBI base hit to break through. What a pitcher's duel this been.
Yeah, Dan, the pitching's been great, but something I've been focusing on is how great the defenses have been on both sides. To push a run across in the 6th inning, let's get the bullpens fired up.
Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And they won't come close to getting him. He's in there at third.
Always productive to score runs when you can, and that sacrifice fly right there drives home the second run of the inning.
Digging in once again, Wellington Castillo. He went down on strikes last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Rips this one to first. And he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit. And that'll bring home run number 3. It's now a 3-0 cushion.
Hey, with that base hit right now, the lead's 3-0. And the way their pitcher's going, D-Row, that might hold up in this one.
Yeah, and you're well aware of it, Dan, as an offense, just trying to put those extra runs across the board. You can take a look at the guy on the slab, toeing the slab. He's on fire right now.
Now here comes Ron Gardenhire up out of the dugout, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. He'll depart after 5 2/3 as it'll be up to the bullpen to keep his guys in the ball game. Daniel Norris trots in from the bullpen here as he inherits a tough spot with 2 on and 2 away. So here is Avisaíl Garcia. 3 across so far in the inning and another 2 out there on base.
Yeah, Matt, and this inning's really starting to get away from them on the defensive side of the ball. Stranding the rest of those guys out here feels absolutely essential for them at this point.
And no swing apparently. Ball 1. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Iglesias is up with it. Over to Amarista for the force, and that ends the inning. Ready for another chance? Alexi Amarista. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
1-0 the count. Now the 1-0. Tapper up the line. Foul ball, however, strike 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this is fouled at the plate. Still 1-2.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think, if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
Hit down the third base line. And there's one down now.
The shortstop, number 1.
So back to the top of the Detroit lineup, digging in, Jose Iglesias. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. The 1-0. Easy fly ball into shallow center field. Pilar moving in, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
Now batting.
The next batter, Jeimer Candelario. No hits to this point. First offering on its way. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
He's been pitching really well so far in this one as we cruise into the middle innings. One of the big reasons why, 80% first pitch strike ratio. If he continues that, he might be able to finish this one.
And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. Fortunately, he's able to stick with it and get the out at first, and that'll put an end to the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Ready once again, Yoán Moncada. The head-to-head numbers with Daniel Norris. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Line drive to center field. Martin is right there, 1 down.
Center fielder number 13.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup now, and stepping in, Kevin Pilar. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Looped out towards short, and that'll be the second out.
The batter, number 6.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jose Pirela. He singled his last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line to the right side, but foul.
I know you're standing on the mound. You got 2 quick outs right here, but you have to respect the fact that this lineup can hit you and hit you in a hurry. Number 2-hole batter up at the plate. He has a chance to get on and get the big boys up.
Hit sharply toward the right side. Castellanos is going to have room out there as he... First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast? They could certainly use that right now.
Ball 2.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself in counts where he's likely to be successful.
Rounded down the third baseline, and this is going to be a foul ball. The 3-1. Takes a strike for a full count now, 3-2. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so.
Another full count pitch on its way. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Pilar's there. 1 down. Digging in and looking for more, Nicholas Castellanos. It was a 2-bagger for him in his last at-bat. First pitch coming. Here it is. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Man, this guy has retired a whole slew right now. I think what he needs to do is just stay focused and keep attacking the game plan like he has up to this point, because everything he's done has worked.
Looks at a slider over the outer half for strike 2. The 1-2. Misses for the second ball. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the Tigers. High in the air out to center field. Pilar's there. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Into the box now, Mikey Mata. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard to short. Oh, and he can't come up with it.
I think that base hit surprised him more than anything. He's gotten so used to setting guys down at 9 in a row at that point that he just assumed he'd get him too.
He's set, and the pitch. A changeup over the inside corner.
One of the keys to pitching late in the game's first pitch strikes, and this guy's roll.
Hot shot to first base, and a great play to end the inning. Tigers leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Leading off the inning, Jose Abreu, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Really deceptive changeup there. Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate.
Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's 1 gone. Here's Chris Davis now. He was given a free pass via the intentional walk last time. First pitch of the at-bat. Hit back up the middle. And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit.
Now batting.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder Paul DeYoung. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First offering on its way. Ripped on the ground to first. To Iglesias for 1. On to Cabrera at first. It's a twin killing, and the side is retired.
Leading off for the Tigers, Patrick.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Gregory Infante.
Lays off 1-0.
There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that first strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
1-1 to count. Curveball, strike 3 called, and he didn't like it, but there's the first out. There's a look at the final line for the White Sox starter, and they'll be very happy with how the day went.
Leonis Martin.
Digging in to try it again, Leonis Martin. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1.
Hey, let's not sugarcoat this. This is a huge half inning right here. They have to find a way to score a few runs. They do not want to face the closer, needing 3 runs in the 9th. That means game over.
Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting.
Riding in once again, Alexi Amarista. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
Oh, he thanks his lucky stars right there, getting away with that hanger. I cannot believe he didn't pull the trigger on that pitch.
And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. So with that, we're not done with the bottom of the 8th quite yet. Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
In the dirt, and it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away as that'll be scored a wild pitch. And it's 2-1 to the Tigers' leadoff hitter. Amarista stands at second with 2 gone. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Grounded up the first baseline. Fielded by Abreu, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left. 9th inning coming up. The White Sox lead it 3-0. Stepping into the box, Miguel Sano. He'll try and lead things off here in inning number 9. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. The 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike.
I'll tell you, if I'm on the hill, I'm throwing that changeup again. Didn't look like he picked it up very well out of his hand.
The knee buckler, and he swings and misses at it. The 1-2. Sharp ground ball to third. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting.
Ready now for the White Sox, Wellington Castillo. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. 1 out, nobody on. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to third. Candelario fields it cleanly, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Up next for Chicago,
Avisail Garcia.
he's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Soft liner to the right side. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is... The next batter, Jeimer Candelario. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
The first baseman, number 24.
Next for the Tigers, Miguel Cabrera. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And that misses, ball 1.
Tough spot in the game right here. You have a very close call that doesn't go your way. This is when you have to really regroup as a pitcher and go out there and try to make quality pitches.
Swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. More likely to be a hanger when that's the case.
Fielder,
Nick Castellanos now. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. Two out, nobody on. Last breath for the Tigers. And he gets strike 3 called to end it here. And with that, this one is over.
Well, just an excellent job right here closing this one out. He just collected the first save of his career. Got to start somewhere.
3-0 the final score in this one today. Chicago rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Henderson Alvarez notches his 3rd win of the year. Gregory Infante works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 1st of the year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt.